just revealing its like true colors. It's basically been a house of cards, and it's like you pull the card from the bottom, and everything is starting to collapse.
I mean, the Ponzi's though, it's like they pulled cards at every level,
But it's
and
not even it's like I guess are you gonna call like centralized exchanges Ponzi's now? Like, because
Brian,
those are the ones that are collapsing. Because like Voyager's collapsing, or like there's like tweets that BlockFi like lost like 300
and
billion.
Sam Bankman-Fried is just buying up all the debt.
Yeah, because
It's so he's gonna own the world.
they're just I mean, the thing is that these centralized exchanges are mismanaging, are being very irresponsible with
It
the
might as well
funds.
be called fraud, to be
Yeah.
honest. It is fraud. It's fraudulent behavior because they're taking funds and then using that to lend out and leverage. It's
Yeah,
fraud.
high institutional leverage. Um, so yeah, they're loaning out to. So the reason why that Voyager and all these is because they made deals with 3AC, or like OTC deals with 3AC, and so those positions became underwater, and then now they're losing a ton of money on.
Well, so 3AC is apparently down 2 bill.
Yeah.
They were college buddies, like Brian and I were, and they made a shit ton of money. And then Suzu said, the super cycle, crypto only goes up. And then everything unwound. The deleveraging and the greed. I've been talking about it with Brian, where we're just a small boat on the ocean of leverage. And you think that you're being smart and you have a thesis. And I like the idea of an investment thesis. What is your thesis? That crypto adoption will take off. Okay, money is going up. I'm smart. But actually, you don't realize what's really going on is that all of these centralized agencies are levering up. And what
And
one of
they're
the
also I mean, they're bullish on BTC. They're like, oh, it'll never go down to here,
Yep.
or like to this certain level.
Well, I
And
heard the
then it goes
liquidation
down.
was 23, and then Suzu was like stealing money from the people that deposited with him to trading accounts. So 3AC has like special deals.
Yeah. So they made a deal with this Korean company, the largest.
Put a million into our trading accounts to, or what was it, 3 or 5?
So this Delio, which is the largest Korean crypto lending company, was holding 38,000 BTC, made a $600 million deal with 3AC just before it publicly went bankrupt. So like they're making these deals trying
They're
to
gamblers. They're Bill Huang.
they're trying to. And then there's all this story about the mega yacht that Suzu had that they used as a way
And
to
they can't
show
make the
them that they had money. It's like, oh, why I have money, like look at the super yacht I just bought. So they were using it as a ploy, um kind of to fake how much money they actually had to make these deals. And so BlockFi, Voyager, like they're all have more liabilities than they have crypto on hand, so they can't. So
they're leveraged
basically,
to the
yeah,
gills. And then
irresponsibly leveraged because they're
have the liquidation cascades stopped. And
no.
we've gone through this. Look, if one person gets liquidated, then they're forced to sell. And then if you add supply of sales, then that drives the price down further. That liquidates more people. We've talked about it's called gamma, and I'm not that informed about it, but
Yeah, I don't even know what gamma is.
it's what happened with GameStop. The big thing is that like these things have a spiral, they have leverage. I keep talking about the idea of an ocean where there are larger waves. It's not just Brian and I buying crypto here and there. It's like these, honestly, I'm going to call them assholes who talk mad shit that think that they're super fucking smart,
Yeah.
and then they're ruining it for everybody. But there's a lot of just gambling junkies and addicts. And then they force Sam Bankman-Fried, the market maker, to just force the market down, liquidate people, and then clear out all the riffraff. But
It's easy money for SBF. Like,
I mean, and he's going to be in control of the world, perhaps.
well, I don't know. I mean, so Voyager announced like they got
Bailed out
are like
by
a loan from Alameda and or like SPF. But I mean, there's sayings that these are just, publicity grabs, sun grabs, just to say that, just to ease the public mindset that, funds are safe.
funds
Um,
are safe. They're never
yeah.
safe. That was what we wanted to get to, is that actually
Yeah. So
what
Arthur Hayes is like, any and all bailouts should be viewed as PR stunts until actually money is deployed. Because I think they took a look at the actual loan agreement between Voyager and FTX.
it is
It's
so
unattainable to get the money.
it's like incredibly stringent.
Yeah, the terms are like nearly impossible to complete in order to access the loans. Like they need to like KYC all their like
So
people are like,
I don't mean to, I'll say that it's redacted. Redacted told me about, and I'll say I can gender, sorry, but his bad loans that he took out in the 80s, redacted had to resolve them with debtors, and then people buy the loans, and then you go into agreements. So SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, the Gigabrain, peak performance, like peak male performance. This guy is buying up the debt of all of these irresponsible.
he's so Lehman Brothers 2008 are like
They got bailed out
they
by
get bailed
the
out. So there's no government in crypto to bail them out because there's no regulation. So it's just people, they try to panic and find the things at the lowest or get at lowest deal, people with the most money trying to get loans. And so they're getting these. Sam Bankman Free is gonna basically have a monopoly over crypto.
He's got their balls in a vice.
Yeah.
And then if they're
Don't let
ever
the
solvent, until they pay him back, they have no power.
Yeah.
They are so in a vice lock that until he gets his money back, they just have to dig themselves out of a canoe with a hole in the water.
They're rowing with a concrete canoe, basically.
Yes, and then until they pay off Sam Bankman-Fried, he is their. It's you seen Succession? Yeah, I got your.
Yeah, he's pulling the strings. So
I mean, otherwise though, they probably would have gone to jail for fraud.
oh, who's to say that they won't? Like,
yeah, they probably should.
I mean,
they were being irresponsible with people's
Elizabeth
coins.
Warren is like, rolling, or she's laughing in her room right now. It's saying like, "I told you so," or like, "This now will be able to like put as much regulation."
This is when it gets. This is when it gets personal. I can't stand her.
Well, she's against crypto for this exact reason.
Pocahontas? Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's like the banks.
Yeah, she likes the banks, but she wants to regulate
regulated.
the banks. She's a commie.
But I'm saying that this is what she wants. Like
she wants the centralized,
wants crypto to fail.
Yes.
And so she wants centralized exchanges to fail because these are supposedly safe.
Yeah, she wants failure.
Yeah, so she's happy right now. But yeah, not only like, so all these things in the bull market is way different in the bear, and these people